Hey guys, this is Josh McCumber and I'm with Coach Joey D. And we're going to talk about something extremely important. It starts with one fundamental, which is how do you get into proper posture and setup, and then what that creates, Joey.
Yeah, the opportunity to get into proper posture and setup is a better hip hinge, which ultimately allows your body to work up the kinetic chain, or as it goes from the midsection to the upper body, you get a better turn. Two little simple tools, a slider, which you can get anywhere, and a simple loop band, right? And then what you want to do is you want to make sure that you take this loop band, put it behind the shoulder blades, and stretch your arms out to create a little bit of resistance. And then to create the proper hip hinge, you basically flex the knee or just move it forward. And at the same time, you want to drive that slider back behind you, creating a really good hip hinge. And then you can turn and you can feel the ease of what happens, right? So let me show it to you from the other side. So you basically take that knee and you drop it down or you move it forward, and then you create a better turn. So I'll show it to you from the side. As you slide this left leg back, the knee bends, so you can see as soon as it bends, it creates that hip hinge. Once the hip, you got a deeper turn into the hip, you have an easier time loading into your backswing.
And I think that's the great point I want to make here is we were working with a client and Joey talked about those fundamentals and nuances of the hip hinge. And I go, wow, that's really good to know. And when you feel the knees bend with the hip hinge, you start to really be able to feel loading into that right glute, which so many good players naturally do. And from there, that allows everything to be loaded good. And from there, I'm able to transition, and it just makes my golf swing more efficient, more consistent. But this little piece of the hip hinge and how you get into it is everything for golfers.
It's pretty simple when you understand it, but here's what could happen when it doesn't work properly. Show everybody what happens when you're too upright.
So this is a lot of people you'll see that are way upright like this, or they'll just bend with no knee flex. So they're either way up like this, the shoulders move too circular, too around themselves. That creates all kinds of problems. Or they're in here and they get choppy at it and they're not as dynamic.
Can you also, another thing I want to point out is if you don't have enough knee flex, right, sometimes what happens is in the opposite way, on the way down, you create too much early extension, which is a huge problem for people, right? So any of these things that you may experience, to correct them and to create a better opportunity to get, remember, a deeper hinge, right? And when you hinge your hip or you flex your knees properly, once you're in the right position, it's much easier and more efficient to get into your backswing.
Exactly.
It keeps your sequencing a little bit more simplistic, and it gives you an opportunity to actually move with ease.
And I think that we're big on let's create one simple movement motion that's going to fix a lot of things in your golf swing, and this is one of them.
Yeah, remember, less is more. Thanks for joining Coach Josh McCumber and I here today, and we want you to hit it great.